Experience the Mississippi River from New Orleans to Memphis on this 8-day cruise into the heart of Dixie aboard one of American Cruise Line's brand new paddle wheelers. Explore Memphis, Civil War-era Vicksburg, Alley Plantation, and the legendary New Orleans. The adventure begins in a city famous for its cuisine, history, and fun. The spirit of New Orleans is most evident in the French Quarter, with its architectural mix of Spanish, French, Creole, and American styles. The city's oldest neighborhood has exerted a spell over writers and artists since the time of Mark Twain, Lafcadio O'Hearn, and John James Audubon. During your visit to New Orleans, you will begin to understand the city's unique ability to fashion one-of-a-kind delights that continue to amaze the world. We cruise from New Orleans in the afternoon, and you have had time to explore the city and get settled into your stateroom. As we leave, the calliope strikes a chord, the whistle sounds, and you realize this will be an adventure unlike any other. As the paddle wheel laps the water and the city disappears over the bayou, you are brought back to an earlier time of life on the river. American Cruise Line's paddle wheelers are the finest ships on the river. Brand new, each features the spacious accommodations, private balconies, and lounges befitting of the ship's historic look. Beneath gleaming woodwork and brass fixtures is a framework of modern technology that provides the most comfortable Mississippi River cruise imaginable. Our first stop on the Mississippi River is between the historic cities of New Orleans and Baton Rouge at Alley Plantation, the grand dame of the Great River Road. A quarter-mile canopy of giant live oak trees forms an impressive avenue that leads you to this classic Greek Revival-style antebellum home. This imposing mansion has been restored to its 19th century glory, a noble tribute to those who left an indelible mark on this rich river region. Our Mississippi paddle wheeler lands at the front lawn of the estate, and you disembark in magnificent style. Continuing further upriver, we next come to Baton Rouge. Experience the wonder of Louisiana's capital city. Baton Rouge is home to legendary Louisiana Cajun cuisine and a variety of attractions and events. There is everything you would expect to find in a state capital, but with down-home flavor that is part of its seductive charm. Baton Rouge is a destination with true Southern hospitality. Let us give you the grand tour of one of the most historic, vibrant, and unforgettable cities in the South. The day concludes back aboard the ship with a performance by the Victory Bells, a beautiful trio modeled after the famous Andrews Sisters. The three are a guest favorite and will have you dancing to Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy and Chattanooga Choo Choo. American Cruise Lines has taken great care in building a comprehensive entertainment program which highlights many of the region's finest performers. Throughout the cruise, we bring musicians, singers, and river Lorians aboard. Step back in time to the grand era of steamboating, but with modern comforts and spacious amenities like never before seen on the river. Enjoy the gradually changing scenery of the Mississippi River while lounging in one of our many elegant spaces. On American Cruise Lines, you'll always experience 5-star service and gourmet food choices. After dinner, enjoy onboard entertainment, live music, and nightly performances in one of our many elegant lounges. You will wake up the next morning as we dock in St. Francisville. Take a stroll through its historic center and heighten your awareness of history with 2 centuries of architecture and lifestyles. Visit the Rosedown Plantation to see an illustration of plantation life from the 1800s and how cultural traditions and lifestyles of the Old South's wealthiest individuals were integrated among the main house, historic gardens, 13 historic buildings, and 371 acres of preserved land. High on a bluff above the mighty Mississippi River rests Natchez, a city 300 years in the making, and our next port of call. While indeed a reflection of the past, it's also alive in the present, filled with natural beauty. At Frogmore Plantation, follow the early Natchez planters through an evolution from the wilderness to a thriving 1850s cotton plantation, and then beyond the war between the states to a struggling new way of life. Each city we visit has influenced the menus aboard American Cruise Line's riverboats. The South is famous for its cooking, and the cuisine is an important part of your experience with us. Our Cruise Local, Eat Local dining experience allows you to divulge in local cuisine. We create delectable menus featuring classic American fare with a twist of New Orleans. In Vicksburg, you'll find Southern hospitality in its most authentic form. Vicksburg perfectly blends Southern culture and heritage with its tumultuous military history. The siege of Vicksburg lasted over 40 days and has left an indelible mark on the city. This epic battle marked a major turning point of the war. Explore this history as you explore the town and the National Military Park, which commemorates the campaign, siege, and defense of Vicksburg in 1863. We leave Vicksburg the following morning and spend the day on the river. Rolling on the river with American Cruise Lines is travel at its finest. A historic pastime in itself, we make cruising relaxing, enriching, and fulfilling. Soak in the warmth of the southern sun on the top deck. Hear stories from our resident Riverlorian in the Sky Lounge, or just curl up with a good book in the Mark Twain Library and watch the scenery glide calmly past. The last stop on our adventure is Memphis, a city which offers everything a curious shopper, hungry gourmet, or history buff could want to do and see at attractions that include music museums, art galleries, and the Memphis Zoo. In Graceland, you'll visit the Sun Studio where Elvis Presley recorded his first song and the location of the starting point for rock and roll. While you're at it, take a trip to the House of the King himself, where you'll visit his jungle room, trophy room, and more. Riverboat cruising is the most graceful way to experience this great country, and American Cruise Lines is an unparalleled small ship cruise line. With no more than 150 passengers on board, our ships provide spacious accommodations and smooth travel through the protected waterways, sheltered harbors, and magnificent rivers of the United States of America. Request a free brochure or call one of our cruise specialists today. American Cruise Lines. Small ship cruising done perfectly.